Hey guys, this is Shaker with Redline Auto Show. With me is Rafael.
How you guys doing?
Hey, Kareem's not here today. As you guys know, he's not in the business anymore. But me and Rafael here at the Ram training tour, and I'll be putting together short videos and see what's on here. But most importantly, I want to show you this cutaway, or not cutaway. It's just a frame of the truck showing all the steel structures. You probably have seen this in a lot of videos, but this is my take. Alright guys, so this is the frame. As you can see, the different strengths of steel. You say, so you got the multi-phase advanced high-strength steel, advanced high-strength steel, and high-strength steel. They've been color-coded over here on the frame for the different structure members, and it's a quick look. Of course, you can see the e-torque system with the belt drive. This is the Pentastar V6 with the e-torque. Alright guys, so here we are in, like I said, in the training bed. We have here the Ram Big Horn. It's plain white, but you know, it's still the volume product. I think, like I said, we will be selling the most of. Beside it, for a comparison, we have the Ford F-150. Now this is the XLT trim level, which is probably their Ford's offering compared to the Big Horn. And then we also have the Chevy Silverado over here, and this is the LT version. So this compares to the Big Horn in the Ram lineup, which would be the volume product. Now, quick comparisons. Let's just go check out the tailgate. So this is basically how our tailgate drops, and let's check out the Ford. Oh, that scared me. Dampening, good. So that's the Chevy has dampening, Ford just drops, and the Ram has the dampening. Now this is the interior of the Chevy Silverado LT. It's a smaller screen. It's probably 7-inch, 8-inch, something like that. This is basically how the interior is. You still get the bench seat, power seats on this side. No keyless entry. It still has a physical key. This is the space available at the back. This is the crew cab, I guess. This is the fabric. Let's get on and check out the Ford. Alright, still has the key. This is the fabric interior. Let's see. No push button start. It does have the full center console. Again, probably about a 7-inch touchscreen. Pretty good room in the back over here. It is a Ford F-150 XLT. This is the fabric seats available. And let's go check out the Ram. Keyless entry. This is the interior. As this is the radio. It's just premium 8.4-inch touchscreen Uconnect system, CD player, the USB stack right there, full center console, plenty of storage space, as you've seen in the other videos. Could be equipped with a larger touchscreen panoramic sunroof, automatic headlamps, and of course the 4 inches of added legroom for the rear passengers. These are the standard wheels on it. Spray and bed liner. This is the LED lighting. It does have a switch. Back here, let's see what Ford and Chevy are doing with the LEDs. Yeah, they have the lighting as well. Yeah, but there's no switch to get to the lighting over here. You gotta go into the cabin to light it up. And this is heavy. Let's see the Chevy's bed lighting. None. Okay. Alright guys, just to show you, this is the Chevy keys. This is the Ford key, so it's got keyless entry and go. And this is the Ram key. Just a comparison.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So now that I got all you guys, there are 2 other features that I want to point out to you guys. If you're looking closely at the rotary shifter in this vehicle, there are 2 buttons underneath there. One is an axle lock and the other is a hill descent control. These are features that you see on our Power Wagon and our Jeep products.
Alright guys, so this is talking technical here with the Rebel. We've got the built-in shocks. It comes with the remote reservoir on the Rebel. Now they say this remote reservoir helps in cooling, but if you did get the off-road group, which is this is all that you get, and this is also built-in, except that it doesn't have the remote reservoir. You do get the skid plate and the tow hooks. Now another interesting explanation over here was the differential. Basically, we would explain the open differential, limited slip, and locking. So now with the switch turned off, it is actually an open differential. So as you can see, I'll have to use 2 hands, but it is open. If there was some resistance to this, it is open, but when you press the button, it gets locked. You heard that? And now it's a lock differential. Oh man, I needed help. Somebody hold the camera, but you know, you get the point. Both the axles get locked. Now this is another little example we had over here with axle ratios. So we will explain this. So these are the 3 gears available, or axle ratios available. Now the 321 is the biggest gear, which means that for 1 revolution of the drive shaft, it rotates the wheels 3.21 times. So if you put this in here, and you can see for 1 revolution. Okay, let me do this again, get it in frame. So look at the wheels, guys. So for 1 revolution, it's going 3.21 times. So that's the 321 axle ratio. But if you do the 392 right here, and you can see for 1 revolution, it hardly does the wheel hardly goes 1 round. So if you wanted to go that fast, you got to turn this so much more, which basically gives you more torque, but the engine has to work a lot harder in order to turn the wheel the same speed. So the 321 or the lower gear ratio is better on fuel economy, but transfers in lesser torque. We got the 355, which is the middle of the line, and the 355 has an option of limited slip. 392 comes standard with the limited slip.
Okay, so we're ready to back up. Okay, and I just kind of set it up so we can quickly do this. We only have about 5 minutes here left. I'm going to start to back up. Maybe I check my surround first, make sure that if I've got kids or whatnot, they're not too close. I can start to back up slowly. Now this is my favorite part. Right about here, I'm trying to judge how far I need to go, right? So I've got this lovely zoom feature here, so I can press that zoom button. Doesn't pinch the zoom, just in and out, right, like here. Look at that view. This is awesome. So I can see, whoops, I might have even overshot it a little bit, but see, I can actually see that I overshot it, which is nice. There we go, probably right about there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just check myself and make sure that I'm aligned. Because the idea is I can do it by myself, and all I have to do is check that alignment, which looks like I'm pretty good to go. Not bad for a rookie. Okay, and then the only other time I need to get out is to hook up my chains and whatnot at the end there. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and raise it up using that 4-corner air suspension button. We'll go ahead and lift that right on up. There she goes. Do all the work for me. There we go. Now I'm at off-road 1. If I want to, I can obviously go higher, go up to off-road 2. Okay. Now, as soon as I get up to off-road 2, it's actually going to tell me in my driver information display that that ride height has been achieved. You guys are going to learn all about those in your next class, okay? So it says off-road ride height achieved. Again, no cranking for me. I'm pretty happy. You can see the progress you're making here as well. So we're going to pretend that we're ready to disconnect now, just as if we're going to simulate pulling away. There she goes. You see she's working. Now, if I want to make sure I cleared that receiver, okay, one thing I may do is jump out. And if I haven't cleared it, I can actually lower it a little bit lower there with my P-fob, okay? So I've got so many different ways I can kind of go about it. It makes it really, really nice. Now I'm going to check my surround again. Again, we're going to go ahead and pull forward as if we're going to disconnect. So everybody watch yourselves a little bit as I go ahead and pull forward. Good. Move my emergency brake, and we are set to go. Okay, we're sitting at about 38.5 inches. And as he puts that in, get a nice big compression. Okay, about 3 inch tolerance. So what happens at this point are the sensors start kicking in and it's calculating. Okay, how much fuel do I have? Where do I need to raise the level to make the safe ride height for my driver according to my 1,200-pound payload? I don't have to do anything, no driver interaction whatsoever, and it's going to start a process kind of coming back up slowly like this that we call cameling. Yeah, have you ever seen a camel get off the ground? Now they kind of do the back legs in the front. So that's the process it's going to use to start raising back up. Very highly technical term we use there. All right, there she goes. Okay, just about where we started, right? A little bit under, but that's okay. Again, it's figuring it for that particular payload. There we go. Now watch this fluctuation. It's pretty impressive. Look at that. And she's already starting to go ahead and move back down to get it back to that safe ride height. And if you really think about it, the benefits for this are safety all day long. Because what happens is when we have our pickup trucks and we load them up, we go like this a little bit, right? Well, if you're kind of shorter like me, you don't see a whole lot, okay? You're seeing hood and sky, and I don't really have good confidence. Not only that, but I'm not firmly planted, so I don't have good stability and handling. When we bring all that down, my headlights are leveled, everything's going to get my stability handling back, all that. So that's a big safety feature. Your other big benefit you saw over there, which was towing, right?
Alright guys, so we have this comparative drive. We have the Chevy High Country, seems to be the top of the line for the Chevy. We have a Ram 1500 Limited and a Ford F-150 Platinum. So we're going to be driving. I hopefully get an opportunity to drive each one of them and make a video. Let's see. Ram Limited, and Raphael's driving. Say hi, Tony. Tony works with us too in the used car department, and this is Debbie. They're going to tell us about how it feels. So right here we go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Easy, NASCAR.
I think I won't cancel that video.
The camera kept shaking and it's like, what's happening? Alright, so this was the Ram 1500 Limited 2019. Let's see. Can I do it? Can I shoot and drive? I don't know. Let's see.
Desert driving, right? We're gonna get a heart attack. We're gonna go to the yard.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, he's hard.
All right, we are in the Chevy now, buddy. Is this the highest trim level?
What the hell? Really?
Is this the highest trim level in this thing?
Yeah.
And it's got a
it's horrible.
It's got a key.
This vehicle is in demonstration mode, connected by OnStar's high-speed forward
Oh, that's the
suspension. Press the
OnStar
blue
demo.
OnStar button to learn more.
Let's do it, buddy. Let's just do one run and we'll do another one in the Ford and be good. But I'm surprised they have no keyless entry. You can go push button start. None of that. You got stuck. You stuck in first gear? You're stuck. Oh. Sorry guys, we're not being unfair. He just made a mistake. He was stuck in.
Here.
Oh wow. Let's do the Ford.
At some point.
Alright.
You want to do this one?
No.
Should we just wait for him then?
Yeah. Think of the Chevy, Debbie.
I think it's awesome. Not as awesome as the Ram. Stop it.
Right now we driving the Ford.
We don't have time for any more laps here, guys. We're all done. We don't got any more time. Alright? No, we're all set.
Redline Auto Show, buddy, all together on YouTube.
Okay. Oh shit. What's Tony?
Oh, you locked her out. She was going to get
My
in
bad.
there.
No, you're fine, Philip.
Hey, Philip.
It's okay, man.
You only did 4.
Huh?
He only did it.
I'm not in no group.
Oh, he said there's only 4.
Okay.
Only 4. So I didn't realize he was in there.
All right, guys. So this is the Big Han 4x4. This is another track somehow to demonstrate the off-road capabilities. We are in the off-road 2 position as far as the air suspension is concerned. So we are in the highest level. We are on 4-wheel drive auto. So that's what they told us to leave it on. And they have a decibel meter in here, and he said that will be a place where we'll be kind of demonstrating that. This one's Big Han with the panoramic sunroof, and of course we have our test driver here, and yeah, we're waiting in line. Say hello, Philip.
Hello.
And this is Debbie.
Hello.
Hey, Debbie.
Hello.
Tony, say hi.
All right, so
I love that it's all these auxiliary.
the knobs. This one's got the well, this one's got the bench seat. See the center console.
How's it going, folks? All good here? All buckled up back there, gentlemen? Do I have a lady back there? Yes, I do. I'm sorry. All right. Off-road 2, 4-wheel drive auto. We're good to go.
Cool.
Have
Appreciate
fun.
What is he saying? Highway 2?
Off-road.
Off-road too, that's what he said.
No, what is this gear limit stuff here?
Oh, that's your manual transmission to shift it manually. And I think you can set a limit to the RPM when it shifts. Oh, it's only one position for the dodge.
So they want us to put it in
Escape the noise in one.
one, no music. And we're going to be testing out the noise levels. No, this is a test right here, the boom box.
Oh.
Let's roll down the window and see what happens. Sort of.
$44, $56. Car pothole city. They have the truck goes this way, turns around, comes back that way, and they have smaller potholes going this way, and then I guess when they come back they have the larger potholes. So let's see how it does. Easy peasy. Now for the larger potholes. They call the backcountry road. That is demonstrating the traction control. So on the passenger side wheels, both the wheels have no traction right now, and then it jumps over. You can see the wheel spinning. Now it jumps over where both these wheels have no traction, but he got it wrong. Let's see, we wait for the other one. He went on the track, so that probably added for traction, but let's see if this guy gets it right. Right, so here he approaches passenger side, both the wheels lose traction because of those rollers. Yep. So that's it, guys. You can see the rollers are on bearings and they're still spinning, but so they had 2 wheels off traction on the passenger side and 3 wheels over here, the front 2 and the rear wheel losing traction. This is pretty interesting. Let's see, this is another truck coming up. So this is limited slip.
In tandem, everything moves evenly.
All right, guys. The instructor here just gave me a good tip to watch out for in terms of the rigidity of the frame itself. So, you know, he said just focus towards where the cabin meets the bed, and if there is any flex in the frame itself, you will see the cabin move independently of the bed. So let's watch for any such deflections over here, and seems to be that there's none. This just goes to say how rigid the frame is. That was something he pointed out, and it was a good point.